theater to solve a murder mystery. The narrator, Parnell, comes out and gives you a few ins and outs on what to look for in the play.
The show starts when you meet Daddy, a rich but vindictive Southern gentleman, with an equally conniving and scheming family.
So, you know who's gonna die, right? But who will the murderer be?
Will it be Sweet Mama, Daddy's pandering wife?
Savannah, the daughter who's always cleaning the family firearms.
Earl, the sniveling son.
Or Cleet, the sullen handyman who, for some reason, is in the will.
Then Daddy is discovered dead as a doornail, except the corpse isn't Daddy's. It's the narrator, Parnell.
The director comes on stage and the police arrive.
And now you have to figure out which one of the actors murdered the narrator. And yes, you are a suspect as well.
You have the right to remain dead by Paco.
Daddy! Oh, dear darling, Dublin, Daddy! Oh, how could such a thing happen? You just keep making enemies out of those who love you so. Never knowing that it would take its toll in the form of hot lead. Oh, how could such a thing happen? And all us trying to please you, trying to keep this family together. And just look what it's got you. Oh, sweet Mama, I was so worried with all them shots being fired that he might have took a bullet in your crop. But oh no, what's this? Daddy's been shot down in the prime of life. I don't think so. Huh? It's hard now. What? It's hard now.
Well, this isn't right. Did we change something? I'm not sure. I don't remember much about last night. This isn't right.
Oh, look, Savannah! Some stranger has broken to our home and has managed to get himself shot.
How do you get the chair?
You're not telling.
I've got the lights running again, but I fear it's too late. Someone is murdered. Who's that?
I fear it is a total stranger who has snuck into Daddy's chair for no apparent reason.
Why, yes, sweet mama, I think you have hit it. Here, let's move this stranger out of...
Oh, Earl, I don't think we can.
Now, why not?
Because if someone has and the stranger has then we shouldn't move the, wouldn't that be disturbing evidence?
Okay.
Well, we'd better do something. Where's Blanche?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying our little production. But well, sometimes these little glitches happen ever so often. Sometimes the lights don't work just right, or the heating goes out.
He's dead.
Or somebody dies. Have any of you seen Ajax?
Harnell's dead? He's really dead, I mean, dead?
That's as dead as it takes. Is that cop still here?
Yeah, good idea. Get him.
Right.
Our next production, which will be our melodrama, will open on the 15th. And we're doing that old standby about a farmer's daughter who works about Poe. Curses, foiled again.
Looking for me?
Where have you been?
Some taco. What's the problem?
There, it's Harnell.
You mean this isn't part of the...
Don't you think I would know if it were?
Do you ever? Shouldn't we go on with the show?
How?
Well, I should have known that no good was afoot tonight. And when the lights went out, I just knew it would befall Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, just remain calm. Everything is under control.
I knew something was going to happen tonight. I just felt it.
Why Daddy ever went to sleep in this nest of vipers is a mystery to me.
He's dead.
But how?
Shot in the chest. There's powder burns on his vest here.
Blanche.
What?
Found him.
And yet somehow, I just knew one of you villainous creatures would wreak your vengeance on him. Oh, Daddy could be ignorant in some ways.
Do you notice anything different out here?
Huh?
I have never had anything like this happen to me.
Neither is he. So, you're even.
Where is Harnell, anyways?
How someone could murder Daddy!
Ajax!
Over the top.
No, your usual. Officer, what do we do?
Just let me handle it. Ladies and gentlemen, I must ask that nobody leave the theater.
What? What are you doing?
Just keeping everybody together.
You can't hold the whole audience here?
In a murder investigation, I can do anything I want, and I'm pretty sure he's been.
You people changed something, didn't you?
Where's Arnold?
But they paid to get in here.
And they are now suspects, just like all of you.
We're suspects? I just answered an ad in the paper.
Suspects? You can't hold them.
I can, and I could arrest the whole lot of you right now.
You're kidding.
Oh yeah? Everybody raise your right hand. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you if you waive that right.
You're arresting the audience?
Wow, what a great way to hold a crowd.
The entire audience?
Yeah, it could be a record down at the precinct house. Last year, Sergeant Finley arrested a choir for disturbing peace. If you waive that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Maybe we could do this before every performance. Have a cop arrest the audience at the beginning of the show.
Be quiet.
You are entitled to an attorney. If you do not have an attorney,
Stop that. They have nothing to do with it.
you're sure of that, are you?
Well, maybe they did.
The audience, are you seriously suggesting that one of them is a murderer?
Well, I mean, look at them. Especially that one. I know I've seen her on America's Most Wanted.
It's not one of them.
Well, if it's not one of them, then it's one of us.
They're sure quiet.
Wonder what they're thinking.
Maybe they think this is still part of the play.
Let's go with that.
I found Arnold. He's trapped in the bathroom, but the door is jammed and I can't get it open.
Officer, I still say you cannot accuse the audience.
Well, it depends. Who was the last one to see Arnold alive?
I saw him just a few minutes ago. I came on stage over here, we had a quick chat, and then I exited.
So he then finished his part out here.
That's right.
And the last people who saw him alive are them.
I still say it's one of them.
Well, that would mean that one of them would have had to come on stage. Wouldn't one of the other audience members have seen him?
Why do you say him?
There was a blackout.
But wouldn't they have heard something? Somebody running down the aisle or something? What?
We had people running up and down the aisles for effect.
Well, you see the effect? I need to find out what kind of action was going on out here. Is there a script handy?
I have one backstage. I'll go get it.
Why does Ajax have a script backstage?
He's still learning his lines.
Okay. Now you're the director,
Guilty. I mean, yes.
and everyone was backstage before they came out here. Is there anybody else back there?
Well,
I know you have people working technical, right? Lights, prop sound, the stage manager, right?
sure.
Well, I want to see them all out here right now.
Here I am. We're sort of a small group.
Can we get Arnold's body off the stage? Please?
Sure. I guess you could roll them out.
I'll do it.
Oh, wait, fingerprints.
Mine would already be on here. I handled it in the first scene, and during the blackout, I rolled Arnold on stage. Well, I thought it was Arnold.
Why did you think it was Arnold?
He was in Arnold's chair and wearing Arnold's hat. The description fit.
Here it is. Sorry about all the scribbling.
Thanks.
Doris, I found your knitting needle on the floor.
Oh, good. I've been looking for that.
That could be a clue.
Huh? Right, officer?
Sure. Don't touch it.
Well, it already have my fingerprints on it.
And mine. I didn't do it.
Just put it on the desk there.
But I'm almost finished with my Afghan.
You're knitting a dog?
Gunshots. It says here, during the blackout, gunshots are heard. Is it tape or real gun?
Oh, real gun.
Where is it?
Here it is.
Okay. Who all touches the pistol?
I handle the pistol every night when I load it.
Load the pistol.
That's right, with blanks.
And it's fired 6 times during the blackout.
Right, with blanks. Only tonight, one shell was dead. I only heard 5 shots.
I noticed that.
Wait a minute. It doesn't have to be one of us who did it, or somebody in the audience.
How do you mean?
Well, anybody could have come in the back door, shot him, then left. That way it would look like one of us did it.
It's just the one back door?
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was when the guy came to get me, and nobody came through that door except for you.
That's the only way to get to the back of the theater. I usually go back and forth several times during the show.
So it was one of us who did it.
Oh, this is ridiculous. We've all known each other for years. We're like a family. One big happy family.
Family members murder each other every day.
Wait, Steve was mute?
hide the body. No, they make sure that it's not only discovered, but during the middle of a performance. Sounds like somebody who's very dramatic. And about the gun misfiring, maybe one shot had already been fired.
We would have heard it.
During the blackout, who knows what's going on?
But it only fired 5 shots. I ought to know. I'm the one
Who fired the gun?
Officer, during the blackout, I roll Arnold on stage and Ajax fires the gun.
I'm already holding it from the scene before.
That's right. That's the way I assigned them.
He rolls Arnold out? Why didn't Arnold just roll himself out?
We tried that at rehearsal, and it took too long. It's faster if the wheelchair was pushed out.
So I rolled Harnell on stage and somebody shot him during the blackout?
But how is that possible? I was the only one with the gun. Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Somebody shot Harnell off stage and then put him in the wheelchair.
Meaning he was already dead when I rolled him on stage.
Yes, when you rolled him on stage.
Let's go back to accusing the audience. What say we?
So somebody loaded the pistol with 1 live round and 5 blanks.
But the gun was on stage.
That's right. I fired it during the blackout.
The gun was loaded before the blackout. Wait. Right. Arnell leaves the stage, somebody grabs him, shoots him, and there's only one person that would know the wheelchair would be empty. Arnold.
But he's trapped in the bathroom.
Well, I'll give this group one thing. You certainly know how to spread around your incriminating evidence.
How do you mean?
We have one person that was seen with Harnell literally seconds before he was shot. A second person who knew the wheelchair was going to be empty. A third person who loaded the pistol. A fourth person who fired the pistol. And finally, a fifth person who rolled him on stage, not noticing he was dead. You, however, would have no idea where the pistol would be aimed, so you're in the clear.
Wait. You know, Blanche could have still picked up the gun, shot him, and put it back on the props table with all the others.
Oh yeah.
Ajax, this isn't a final.
It may be for one of us.
Or